Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we bring the game Alan R. Moon Ticket to Ride London. This has had a setup, play and review video. I have played every single Ticket to Ride, so I will be telling you about my comparison and how good it is. I first played this when it first came out. In fact, I was demonstrating it professionally, including on a jumbo board. So check out all the pictures over on Instagram. I have double checked and made sure that I can get as much as possible without having to zoom out and lose a bit of quality. Everybody is going to choose one respective colour. Now my last name being lavender, I'm going to grab some of these out. And let's play with, let's say London red buses as my opponent. So it's a 2 to 4 player game. It takes about 15 minutes to play, although I think it's a lot less than that. The original small box Ticket to Ride New York I played in 80 seconds as a 2, including a teach, set up and pack down. It's usually only about 10 to 11 minutes playing it as a 2 as well. So we have various tickets. We are in London in the 60s. You might have noticed on the front of the box we had Queen Elizabeth, we have John Lennon, and we have the professionals on there. So everybody's going to take 2 of these tickets. You're going to shuffle these up. Everyone's going to take 2 transportation cards. Everybody is going to take 2 tickets. So again, you're going to shuffle these up. Aim in the game is to get the most points. You're also going to chuck out cards along the side. So I did double check and I'll leave a little bit of space over here. So we've got submarine, so yellow, pink, green, green, and a wild. So that's quite a good thing to show you here as an example. So what's going to be occurring? Well, once you've randomised 2 starts, you're going to able to do one of 3 things. So firstly, you're going to secretly look at your 2 tickets. Oh my goodness, I happen to both get wilds. All right, you did see me shuffle, and I've got 2 destinations. So in this case, I can look to, I don't have to, go and complete going to Baker Street, which we can see where that is, which is over here, all the way through to the Tower of London. That will give me 11 points. If I don't complete it by the end of the game, and I'm going to have 17 of these, then obviously I'll be losing those points. If I want to, I can also take this one, which is taking me from Globe Theatre, which we can check is roughly located, showing you where it is, over here, all the way up to Brick Lane. Again, if I don't complete it, I'll be losing 4 points. So let's risk it and try and complete both. You can count how many things you might need, just in case, but let's say keep both, keep them hidden, but for now, obviously it's just you and I, so let's just keep these in shot. I'm aware it's slightly wonky, but I'm hoping you'll find that's okay in terms of the resolution. So what can I do on my turn? I can do one of 3 things. I can draw more tickets. Now the risk is, of course, I could end up not being able to complete something. So that's something I can do. I'm going to draw 2, I must keep 1. I could draw more of these. I can take either any of these ones, which are the non-wilds. I can take up to 2. So you take 1, replenish, and then take another one. And the other option is to take it from here, but you can only take 1 of these wilds because they're so powerful, because they can go anywhere. Or you can draw from the top of the deck. So those are your options. You can either do, obviously, draw tickets, you can draw transportation cards. The final thing you can do is you can lay down track. So track in this case, it happens to be roads, I guess. Now, just for those who like rail, you might know this or you might not. The actual train lines or the tube lines, the underground in London, is dug underneath the roads. That's made it so simple to basically do it. However, there's some little odd locations which people such as myself who have worked in London, or my father who used to live in London or was born in London, are saying, well, why have they got some odd places? But again, we are using bus routes. So let's say I want to go from Baker Street through to the Tower of London. I might want to think about how I want to do it, or Globe Theatre up to Brick Lane. Well, these are minimum 3. I've got 2. Let's say I take one wild, one blind, it's black, which doesn't really help me, but let's just say I take where else I'm looking to go, Baker Street. So interestingly, quite long routes. Let's just take a look yellow, just to show you some various options here. And then I can replenish, and that's their turn. Let's say they just draw some cards. Let's now just chuck down some routes. So I'm deliberately going to do this one, because I'm trying to get Tower London up to Baker Street. This gets me right to the centre. Playing it as a 2, or apparently as a 3 in this particular version of the game, this blocks off this, so nobody can go here. Now I spend what I need. So I spend a yellow. In this case, I spend 2 wilds as well. And that's just going to a discard pile. So let's leave them slightly out of shot here. And that's me completed that. Now I also get points. So I've completed a length of 3. Gets me 4 points. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 4 is 7. As with most Ticket to Rides, I recommend scoring right at the end. The reason being is it's very easy to lose track, pardon the pun. However, those who are further back, it might be more interesting to see who to block off if you can. Now, just be aware that some people, I'm aware, didn't spot this. This means you can do a grey route. So in this case, it's a grey route. It has to be all the same colour, but again, you can use wilds as any colour. So that could be all green or all pink, whatever. This is exactly the same, but there's 2 bits you can be using. This doesn't mean you need all 6, which someone thought they did. It just means you need to be using 1 set of 3. But again, they all need to be the same. Again, wilds count for that colour. So I've still got this hidden card. They take their turn, they're drawing some cards. Let's say I draw some cards too, which in this case isn't very useful. It's their turn again, And let's say it's my turn. I could again be going this way, but let's say I go up. Am I going to go up here? But yeah, let's just say I do that. So I chuck down another piece. Again, inside the box, I'll just show you again. You can be using your marker to show where you go. And there's a spare marker as well for everybody. So once the game ends, well, how does that happen? Well, it's when you get down to 2 or fewer buses in this case. And then what's going to happen is you're going to say, right, I've got 2 or fewer left. Everyone else takes one more turn, including the person who announced that they have got 2 or fewer left. You then play out those final 2, and then that triggers into the game. Your score is going to be how well you did on here, minus again if you could not complete it. Your score over here as well. So again, I've got those 4 points for doing this, and this will give me 1 point. But you also get scoring in another way, which is not found in other Ticket to Rides. Well, I say that, there's Ticket to Ride Italy, which sort of has it as well. And this is, you get 1 point for completing this, 5 points if you complete here, 2, however you wish to make sure these are all connected up. It doesn't, again, have to be like this. It's just make sure all of them join. 3 points here and 4 here. And that is how you'll trigger to see who has got the most points. In a tie, it's down to whoever's completed the most tickets. There's no longest route or anything like that in this game. Again, small, as they call standard mini Euro size cars, about 45 by 68. Not sleeving this one though, I will be using MTL sleeves if I did. So check out my sleeving playlist, check out my AmassGames playlist, check out how my setup, play and review playlist as well. What do I think of the game? Yes, I think this is one of my top 3 of the Ticket to Rides out there, alongside the likes of maybe Ticket to Ride Germany, Ticket to Ride, what's it called, Legacy, which I've yet to finish, but hopefully in February, so that's next month at the time of recording. And yes, I really much enjoy this one. It's nice and quick. As much as I enjoy it, again, 3 games on the bounce is usually enough, but I think most people don't really get into that territory. And in some ways, I do prefer the rulebook over Ticket to Ride New York, which just looks like a tourist guide, which is very difficult when we were trying to demo that in person. So this is Ticket to Ride London. Hope you found this of interest. Like again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow along on Facebook, see the posters over on Instagram as well. Again, this has been mentioned on the podcast too, so please follow along there. But for now, back to the table.